is our sheet?
Want me to go grab it?
Yeah, just for public input. I don't know what we got. Thanks, Kurt. It's a little bit different with our meeting with everybody with masks on, obviously, and social distancing. But we'll do our best. Oh, okay. So no one signed up for public input. We'll move right on then. For the record, Larry Helwig is absent tonight. Larry had some minor surgery and doing very well. All other members are present. Approval of the minutes for June 22nd, 2020, please. I have a motion. I have a second, please. I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carried. Bill payment of July 6, 2020. Excuse me, my glasses are steaming up here. I'm trying to make an adjustment here. Voucher number 20201-056 through 20201-154 with a total amount of $126,041.75. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Department heads. Paul Sigmund. Yeah, Paul, you can speak up there. And Eric, I don't know, but after he's done speak, okay, got it.
Just a couple things. We have started doing our paving for the year. I ask your patience. We usually try to notify the people on the street when we're paving the day before or 2 days before. Tomorrow we're actually going to be doing Colvin, so that'll be shut down to any through traffic unless it's a fire department or police or mail. One other thing, my favorite subject is chipping. We've had a lot of calls about chipping not being done. I have 2 chippers on the road right now, which is ridiculous for July. Part of our problem is everybody's home with nothing to do. So they're all trimming their trees and cutting their bushes, and we're buried in this stuff. And once we pave, I use all my guys, so the chipper comes off the road for a week. So if you put brush out and you don't want it sitting there for a couple of weeks, don't put brush out. That's all I can tell. That's all I can tell people. I know there ain't many people here to hear that, but I just want it public that it's not going to be picked up every week. There's no way we can get to it. Like I said, I'm doing our best. We got 2 going out. We've never had 2 out at one time like that this time of the year. Okay, that's it.
Well, it is what it is, Paul. And you know what? I see your guys paving, and I've had a few calls, as you know, and there's only so much you can do. And the one gentleman was quite nasty last week and yelling at me because the brush wasn't picked up. And he said, why don't we hire more people? And I said to him, well, then you're going to complain when the taxes go up. So
Right.
It is what it is, Paul.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep. Paul, did you want to bring up that?
I'm sorry. One other thing. We had an incident with our mowing tractor. Every once in a while they pick up a rock. Well, he picked up a rock and hit somebody's truck door. We have an estimate, I think, I just had it back in my thing, $459. Now,
Sure.
to keep our insurance rates down, our insurance lady suggested we just pay for it because it's a low occurrence.
Yeah, gotcha.
I can give you the exact figures, but I probably need an agenda or a thing from you guys stating we can pay it.
Yeah. Jensen, I agree with Paulie. We talked before the meeting started. I think we should pay the $459 rather than affect our insurance. And
I have an estimate, you know, a legal estimate.
Yeah, I mean, give or take. But let's give Paul the authority to have this vehicle fixed. What was the estimate you had?
I think it's $459. I have it at my,
Make a motion to pay it not to exceed $500. You don't know the exact dollar amount. Would that work?
yeah, no, I got it right there. I just forgot to bring it up.
Okay, you making that motion, Randy?
Well, now we've got the exact amount, so we'll have to make it the exact amount.
Well, you know how that goes, Randy. Maybe you got to stick with the 500, not to exceed.
No, because I got the written estimate. I don't want to give any more than that.
Okay, sounds good.
It's $459 even.
Okay.
I second.
Flat out hose, collision and paint is the company that's going to fix it.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Can I add one suggestion to the motion? And we did something similar to this not too long ago for the, I think it was the water department. We paid a minor damage estimate, but have the truck owner sign a release. This is a full amount, and I can prepare it. I prepared one for the water department just a month ago. So that should be part of the motion, that the individual to receive the money has to sign a release of any other liability, so we know that this is it and he doesn't come back for more.
Sounds good. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Richie Donner had no report tonight, so for social distancing, I told all of the department heads, including our seniors, not to attend unless they had business, and most of them didn't. Mike Rinaldi had no report. Water department had no report. Mike Clock is on vacation. Kelly had no report. And our constables, do you have a report tonight, guys? No report. You know, we just got them tonight, so I would say we'll look them over, and then we can respond as soon as possible to the constable department. Okay. Is Roger coming tonight, you know? I don't know. You don't know. Okay. Bob, can you stick around for a few, maybe you and Eric after the meeting? Just for a few minutes? Yeah. Okay. Okay, and Judy Blank, and we have Wendell Engineers.
That's going to be really hard to hear me through a mask and a microphone. You hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. We only have a couple things on our agenda this evening. I didn't even bother with a planning board report, but we did just have our first planning board meeting last week. There was only one item on the agenda, and it was a gentleman who's fixing up Matina's, the old Pelicanos location. So he'll be coming back again. But we did have a successful first meeting, and everybody made it through in one piece. Just retail. He wants to add just another side to the retail up in the front. He was proposing to put an addition on the back side of it to add some more, but I think he's revising his plans to just stick with the original existing building.
Was parking an issue there, Tim?
It was going to be with the additions that he was proposing to put on
Okay.
it. So I think he saved a lot of hassle with just staying with the existing building.
I know
now.
it was a problem with Pelicanos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the first item on our agenda, as you recall, we've been doing a coordinated review for our Shawnee Road waterline replacement project. We're trying to get all that squared away this summer so we can apply for WIA funding this fall, and hopefully get a good amount of that project funded. So what we have is we have a motion with you this evening in our packet for seeker for that. We've only had a few responses to our comments, and we've addressed everything that anybody responded with.
Okay.
And completed. We actually had to treat this one as with a full EAF, full part 1s and part 2s, just by the nature of the funding that we're trying to get. They want you to do that. So we have that in that motion in our packet. The next item we have is actually another seeker determination, and that's for the Wheatfield Crossing subdivision. And that's a 73-lot single-family residential subdivision. It runs basically parallel with Slizaric, just north of Slizaric, between Shawnee and Town Line. We actually did the coordinated review under seeker for this back in like January, February of last year.
Right.
There were just some additional items that the applicant has addressed for us, like a drainage study and traffic study and sewer capacity analysis. Yes.
I think we've been through that a few times. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that is the next item on our agenda. And the last item is similar with that same Wheatfield Crossing subdivision. After an action is made on seeker, you can schedule a public hearing for that.
Okay.
And that is for the preliminary plat.
Right.
For subdivisions, you have to have a seeker determination before you have the public hearing. So,
Okay. Good.
and that's all we have in our packet. Any questions on anything?
No, Matt will read the motions, and I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
And let's see, what do we got? Dave Godfrey. Anything for us tonight, Dave? Okay.
Wilson, I hope you do, because it's beautiful down there, it's a lot cooler, you got a breeze off the lake. But don't come down 425, enter Wilson Road, the bridge goes south of the boat. An update on our public Wi-Fi. You've heard that Microsoft came forward and offered public Wi-Fi in a number of locations across Niagara and Orleans County. One of those locations is right here in Wheatfield. So now we'll bring it up to the town board because we'd like to schedule that. But before I do, just so everybody knows, here in Niagara County, there will be two locations, this building and the community center for the public Wi-Fi. The village of Middleport, the village hall is up and running. Heartland Town Hall, that's up and running. There'll be two Wilsons at the school, both the high school and the elementary school, and also the town of Porter Town Hall. Orleans County, almost every town hall in Orleans County will have that, other than Ridgeway. They're not quite big enough. They don't have a big parking lot there. And there we've got 6 of those up and running already. Now here in Wheatfield, I'd like to be able to see if we can schedule that Friday morning. I talked to the installers that are available, and I know there's 2 locations. I talked to Larry about it, and he said there's Mike and Mike is going to oversee the installation, one in this building, one in the other building.
Okay.
As early as 8 o'clock this Friday,
Okay.
if they could make that,
Sure.
have them contact me directly. You've got my cell phone number. We'll
No.
get them on the schedule. We'll get them both installed Friday morning. So what this public Wi-Fi is Microsoft has come forward a number of weeks ago and said we're going to try to help the pandemic situation so the kids can get their homework done, these small businesses can save their businesses, and as they simply pay me the Wi-Fi that's already in this building. It's not an additional service. It's a service that the taxpayers are already paying for to put a transmitter antenna, if you will, on the outside of the building with broadcast about 300 feet, cover easily 30 cars plus. It will be the Wi-Fi service that stated you have here in the building. They made it available, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands this is just, well, first of all, this was donated by Microsoft, totally paid for, plus the installation is paid for. The only cost to the town is to continue the license after the first 6 months, which they will pay for, which is $450 for 5 years. So all of this technology, this high-end stuff, is also donated to the vendor that we've been working with to get Wi-Fi to every home and every business across Niagara and Orleans County. You know, we've all been working on it for years. This vendor preferred to do that. This is not a temporary solution, it's a permanent solution, but it's not the complete solution, as we are going to get federal funding to do the bigger picture for every home and every business throughout the county. So, if we can get the okay for Friday, let me know, we'll get them up and running.
I will shoot a text to both of them tonight, and I'll have them call you, Dave.
And they could start as early as 8 o'clock, we'd like to probably get them both done first thing in the morning.
Okay. Now, you said Mike and Mike, that would be our recreation director and our building
Yeah,
inspector.
Mike, Winelli and Clark.
Yeah, okay.
Those are 2 names that are right here.
Yeah, I'll have them call you, because as you know, Larry is off.
Okay.
That'd be great, Dave. And if they have a problem or a glitch, we'll make somebody else available, but I'm sure they'll be here.
Yep.
Okay, will do. Thanks, Dave. Motions per Matt Brooks. Before we go any further, I know the one is the seeker for this proposed subdivision, but I understand that someone had questions about the subdivision itself. We are going to be scheduling a public hearing probably for the first meeting of August. And at that time, there'll be a plot plan available. There'll be representatives from the planning board. So anybody that has questions related to that subdivision, that would be the appropriate time to come and review and make your comments at that time. Again, it's a preliminary thing, and this is part of the process to have the public hearing. So I don't know who it was that was concerned about it, but we'll probably schedule it for the first meeting of August. We'll have a public hearing, and you're welcome to make comments and look over the subdivision and make your comments at that time. So that's it. Matt, without that, would you go ahead, please?
Yes, first motion is from Wendell. I think Tim referenced it's the Shawnee Road water line replacement. Whereas the town of Wheatfield seeks to install a new 10-inch water line, including 4 new hydrants and appurtenances along Shawnee Road. And whereas the 8-inch existing water line is in deteriorated condition, and whereas the proposed project has been determined to be an unlisted action under the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, and a full environmental assessment form, Part 1, has been completed for the project. And whereas the FEAF Part 1, along with any comments received from the involved or interested agencies, was utilized by the Wheatfield Town Board to complete the FEAF Part 2 and to evaluate potential impacts in the FEAF Part 3. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Wheatfield Board, in accordance with the State Environmental Quality Review Act, hereby determines the proposed project, installation of a new 10-inch water line on Shawnee Road, will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment, and therefore issues a negative declaration. And be it further resolved that the Wheatfield Town Board authorizes the supervisor to sign the FEAF, which, along with the application and supporting materials, will act as the seeker negative declaration.
Have a motion, please.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And basically, this is the next step in this subdivision. It's also seeker. It's just one more step that has to be taken for anyone planning to develop in the town of Wheatfield. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, next motion again from Wendell, the Wheatfield Crossing subdivision. Whereas the town of Wheatfield has received a subdivision application from DJC Land Inc. to subdivide a 53 plus or minus parcel of land, 53 acre plus or minus parcel of land located between Shawnee Road and Town Line Road, north of Flusaric Road, into 73 single-family residential lots as depicted on drawings prepared by Greenman Peterson Inc. And whereas the Wheatfield Planning Board has reviewed the project, and although they are not ready to make a recommendation on the subdivision, they have requested the town board complete seeker process to receive input from other agencies. And whereas the proposed project has been determined to be a Type 1 action under the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, and a full environmental assessment form, Part 1, has been completed for the project. And whereas the FEAF Part 1, along with any comments received from involved and or interested agencies, was utilized by the Wheatfield Town Board to complete the FEAF Part 2 and to evaluate potential impacts from the FEA Part 3. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Wheatfield Town Board, in accordance with the State Environmental Quality Review Act, hereby determines the proposed project, a 73-lot single-family residential home subdivision called Wheatfield Crossing, will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment, and therefore issues a negative declaration. And be it further resolved that the Wheatfield Town Board authorizes the supervisor to sign the FEAF, which, along with the application and supporting materials, will act as the seeker negative declaration.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next motion again from Wendell, to schedule a public hearing on the proposal by DJC Land Inc. to subdivide a 53 acre plus or minus parcel of land located between Shawnee Road and Town Line Road, north of Flusaric Road, into a 73 lot single family residential subdivision, Wheatfield Crossing, on, and that's the date that the board needs to pick at a certain time.
You guys want to set it up for the first meeting in August? What's your pleasure? Is that good for you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should give it a little more time in case there is some questions. Is 6:30 okay with everybody here? Gil? Randy? 6:30 good for you or not? Okay, then we'll schedule a public hearing for August 3rd at 6:30. And Tim, would you make sure that a representative, at least one, will be here from the planning board? Okay, appreciate it.
So moved.
I have a motion and I'll second it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We're public hearing set for August 3rd, 6:30.
Okay, next motion, be it resolved that this is a resolution of the Town Board of the Town of Wheatfield, New York, calling for a public hearing in accordance with Section 202B of the Town Law to consider authorizing improvements to the Town of Wheatfield Water District consisting of the replacement of water lines and related improvements along a portion of Shawnee Road. Whereas the town board of the town of Wheatfield is considering authorizing certain improvements to the town of Wheatfield water district consisting of the replacement of approximately 1,600 linear feet of existing 8-inch water line along Shawnee Road from Forest Parkway to the southern end of Old Shawnee Road with a new 10-inch water line including 4 new hydrants and appurtenances, and any site improvements and ancillary and related work in connection therewith, collectively the project. And whereas the town has caused a map, a plan, and a report for the project dated June 2020 to be prepared by Wendell Companies, a firm of engineers duly licensed in the state of New York, which estimates the maximum cost of the project is $910,000. And whereas the town board now intends to conduct a public hearing in accordance with Section 202B of the town law with respect to undertaking the project at such estimated maximum cost, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby calls for a public hearing to be held at the public meeting of the town board to be held on August 3rd, 2020 at a time to be determined at Wheatfield Town Hall, 2800 Church Road, Wheatfield, New York, 14120, to consider if it is in the public interest to undertake the project at an estimated maximum cost of $910,000 and to hear all persons interested in the subject thereof. And it is be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to cause notice of such public hearing to be published and posted in the manner prescribed by law. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
We'll schedule a public hearing, probably do it the same night, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, they want it August 3rd at our next at our.
How's 7 o'clock, gents? That should go right through with no problem at all.
It should be quick.
Is that 7 o'clock good for you, Randy? Okay. Kurt? Okay, we'll schedule for 7 o'clock, so we have a public hearing at 6:30 and 7. Kathy, you got that? Yeah. Okay. I can't see you. I know you're over there. Okay. Matt? Oh, sorry. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion for 7 p.m.
Okay. I'll second it. A motion to second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have 2 public hearings. Okay, Matt.
Okay, and I have no further motions tonight.
Okay. Okay, town board members, as we know, Larry is off. He had minor surgery and doing very well. Gil Doucette.
Maybe I have a little hard time hearing you down here. Could you stand up when you talk?
Are you serious? It's not gonna, it won't help much. Smart aleck.
From Adams Fire Hall. Adams Fire Hall would like to have Barbara Lang, James Newston, Stephen Shanner, and Allison Frieders for their active roster. And I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. The motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Gil. Kurt.
Yeah, so the Wheatfield Enhancement Volunteers recently took on an initiative to kind of dress up Niagara Falls Boulevard for the Independence Day holiday. It's actually still going on now through Wednesday, but I wanted to take you through a couple slides here, let you know what we did and kind of how it turned out. So the 3 members of the group that really took the lead on this were Rita Contact, Julie Otto, and Doris Liederstorff, and they did an outstanding job. So thank you to all involved. So we put together a flyer. Julie Otto really took the lead on this, did a really nice job on this flyer. This was available here at the hall, and Julie and Doris actually distributed this to everybody along the boulevard. And I think that really helped to get the word out there. It was also shared on a post on social media, and I heard a lot of good feedback from that as well. In addition, we got some really good free press from the Niagara Wheatfield Tribune, so thank you to them for putting this article out there. This went out in mid-June, so it's really timely, a really nice article that Rita put together for the Tribune, so thank you to them. We also had advertising on our website. If you would have clicked on that link on our homepage, it would have taken you over to the flyer. So what we did is Rita and Tom here in the front row actually went out and helped to grease the wheels on the effort and kind of lead the way by decorating a property that exists at the corner of Nash Road and Niagara Falls Boulevard. That's the picture at the top left there. decorated up that rock wall, and also the Newtown Hall campus sign that we have at the corner of Maple and Niagara Falls Boulevard. So now we get into some pictures from what the businesses and residents did. Here's a couple. And this is just a real small sampling. There was a ton more that's not going to be represented here, but I just wanted to kind of give an idea. Here's a couple of more. And that's it.
Just so you know, to all of you and Kurt, it was very noticeable to me that people made an attempt to support this great country that we have. It's too bad that in many locations throughout our country we have problems, and I feel badly for that, but I am proud to be an American, I can tell you that, and I think you guys did a great job. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
And I think it's clear that all the residents in our town feel the same
Yes.
way, just based on the outpouring of support we got in this effort. So
Also,
helped instill a sense of pride for
Sure,
Independence
absolutely.
Day for
and you'll
everybody
also
else.
notice throughout the town there are signs going up, God bless our police, and we have a few signs left here, but without our police, you can see what would happen, and look at New York City today, what's going on without the police. And important, and our constables also, of course.
And just one more thing, our next meeting for the enhancement volunteers is on the 14th of July, which is this, not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. So,
All set, Kurt? Thank
all
you.
set.
Great
Thank you.
job, as always. Randy Retzlaff.
Mike, the last time I heard, I was gonna ask him about that late heat thing, I think that's settled down. That guy that was all upset about the neighbors, he hasn't heard nothing, right?
No.
I called the home, but again, he just cut the grass, I told him he's getting started $200 every 2 weeks, and that's been resolved, so I think it's,
Okay.
that's no decisions on that,
Yeah.
that's all.
All right, thank you, Randy. I have just a couple things tonight. I want to thank the Highway Department and Tom Contact for, if anybody's noticed, the base for the monument is pretty much prepared. Excuse me. With the exception of the electrical, which is going to go in Wednesday morning. Also, I would like to, Tom called me up on an early morning and said, can I be over there to greet the helicopter? And I said, well, absolutely. And if anybody's looked at the helicopter, it has a number 82 on it. And if anybody has looked at the book that I published, or my son published, that helicopter on the cover is Dust Off 82. And when I was wounded in Vietnam, the medevac that took me to a Navy hospital ship for surgery was Dust Off 82. And Tom and his veterans group did that as a surprise to me. And when I saw that tractor trailer pulling in, I couldn't speak. But I want to thank you guys for the tributes. More than appreciated. I'll get even. You did a heck of a job, and again, that Dust Off 82 brings back some memories for me, because that's the helicopter that I landed on a Navy hospital ship before surgery. So thank you again. I was speechless that day, and I'm kind of speechless right now, Tom, but thank you. Paulie, just so you know, they're going to be paving the park over there on the 20th, 21st, and I guess the 22nd. Ken has already committed to those 3 dates to do the walking path. Mike is going to get some prices on topsoil, and we're going to spread topsoil, or drop single axle loads of topsoil. We're going to get some estimates so that while it's dry, we can get the topsoil in place and then spread it hopefully this fall. So let's see what else we have here. I noticed that our sales tax, and Ed, if you want to touch on that, it's not a pretty thing, but we were down approximately $37,000 for 2 months. Is that about right, Ed?
That is correct.
Okay, so it just shows you how the economy took a hit, and it affects everyone. And you know, that's a 2-month hit for a municipality that doesn't have a town tax. Other than that, I think that's all I have. I just want to look. We will probably schedule a payment of bills meeting only for the 20th of this month, and we want to make it early so we can Payment of bills, and 6:30 good for you guys? All right, so we'll have a payment of bills July 20th. Is that okay, Kathy? Yep. And that will be at 6:30 here, and that should only take a few minutes to pay bills. Other than that, I think I've covered just about. I got notes all over the place, and one of the things last week it was brought to my attention. As you know, we turned down nitro baseball, and which many of the municipalities have turned down baseball because it's almost impossible to avoid social contact with balls and bats and helmets, etc. Mike Rinaldi had told me after we denied them that they were practicing at Mario Park, and I believe it was last Wednesday or Thursday. So I guess my comment is that I'm deeply disappointed that they went ahead and used our fields anyway without permission. And we'll have to reevaluate our position with them next year when it comes up. That's all I have. If anybody has anything they'd like to discuss about what we brought up tonight?
I think the other, since Paul's mentioning, I'm thinking the perhaps we're going to say we are going to request an executive session for a personnel matter.
Yeah, well, I was going to do that last. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul, I think that's
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry, Paul. So our next meeting, again, we're going to do August 20th, and we're going to go into executive session. Do we need a motion on that now?
Yeah, motion to go into executive session regarding the employment.
Personnel matter? Yeah. Okay. Okay, a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for attending, folks. I appreciate it. Our next meeting will be the 20th, which is payment of bills, but our